Could the Philadelphia Eagles be about to pull off the greatest heist in the history of the NFL by landing Myles Garrett? This isn't just a rumor anymore. It is a seismic shift that just became a reality because the Cleveland Browns officially altered Garrett's contract to make him tradable. We are looking at a move that would not only break the internet, but fundamentally change the power balance of the entire league forever. If you think the Howie Roseman magic has limits, you haven't seen what just happened behind the scenes in the front offices of Cleveland and Philly. Before we dive into the massive financial breakdown and the trade packages that could send shockwaves through sports history, smash that subscribe button if you want the fastest NFL updates on the planet. The football world woke up to an absolute bombshell today. The Cleveland Browns have officially modified the language in Myles Garrett's massive contract. On the surface, it looks like standard cap management, but when you peel back the layers, it reveals a clear path for a blockbuster exit. Remember, it was only a year ago that Garrett was making noise about wanting out during Super Bowl week. While the Browns silenced those cries by making him the highest-paid defensive player ever, the new adjustments to his deal suggest that the honeymoon period in Cleveland might be coming to a very expensive end. Garrett is currently sitting on a monster 4-year deal worth $160 million. We're talking about an average of $40 million a year with over $123 million in total guarantees. He's technically locked in through the 2030 season, but the Browns just moved the goalposts on his option bonuses. Previously, they had to decide on his future by the 15th day of the league year. Now, they've pushed that date back to just 7 days before the regular season starts. This gives Cleveland an incredible amount of flexibility to move him during the summer months. But why does this scream Philadelphia Eagles? Because the man running the Browns front office, Andrew Berry, is a disciple of Howie Roseman. This is a classic Roseman-style contract manipulation, and it has the fingerprints of a pre-planned trade all over it. But hold on, because the financial side of this is only half the story. Wait until you see the specific player the Eagles might have to sacrifice to make this dream a reality. The obsession with Myles Garrett in Philadelphia isn't new. During the last NFL Combine, the league was buzzing with talk that the Eagles were aggressively pursuing a trade for the generational pass rusher. Howie Roseman views the edge rusher position as one of the 3 holy pillars of team building, right alongside the franchise quarterback and the left tackle. We've seen him kick the tires on Micah Parsons and Max Crosby, but Myles Garrett is the ultimate prize. Even at 30 years old, Garrett is widely considered a superior pure defender to almost anyone else in the league. For the Browns, the logic is starting to make sense. Why pay $40 million a year to a veteran pass rusher when your team might be heading toward a massive rebuild? If they can flip Garrett for a historic haul of draft picks, they can reset their franchise for the next decade. The Eagles, on the other hand, are in win-now mode. They don't want potential, they want production. They want a guy who can walk into a backfield and delete an opposing quarterback on 3rd and long. Here is the comment challenge for the real fans. Who is more valuable to a championship run, a top-tier wide receiver or a Hall of Fame pass rusher? Drop your answer in the comments right now. Now, let's talk about the elephant in the room, A.J. Brown. The trade rumors surrounding Brown have been swirling for months, and the financial hurdles were always the biggest roadblock. But the timing of Garrett's contract shift aligns perfectly with a post-June 1st trade window. If the Eagles wait until after June 1st, the dead money hit for a player like A.J. Brown becomes manageable. It's the same story for Garrett. If Cleveland trades him before June, they actually lose $17 million in cap space. But if they wait until June 2nd, their dead money drops significantly, and they suddenly have the flexibility to take on new assets. The proposal on the table is a true blockbuster. Imagine a deal where the Eagles receive Myles Garrett, and in exchange, the Browns get A.J. Brown plus multiple first-round picks in 2027 and 2028. It's a trade for one of the best defensive players to ever put on a helmet. You might ask, can the Philly offense survive without A.J. Brown? The answer might surprise you. Devonta Smith has proven time and time again that he has the talent to be a true number 1 wideout. He's been underutilized in an offense that forced the ball to Brown, with Smith leading the way in a deep room featuring Saquon Barkley and Dallas Goedert. the Eagles' offense would still be a nightmare for coordinators. But the defense, adding Garrett to a line that already features Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis would be unfair. We're talking about a man who just won Defensive Player of the Year, a five-time All-Pro who has 125 career sacks. In 2025 alone, he broke records with 23 sacks while playing on a team where the offense did him zero favors. He isn't slowing down, he's getting more dangerous. But wait, there's a three-team flip script scenario that could involve the New England Patriots and a total reset of the AFC North. Imagine this. The Eagles trade A.J. Brown to the New England Patriots, the team he grew up cheering for. The Patriots are desperate for a star receiver and would likely cough up at least one first-round pick. Philadelphia then takes that pick, adds their own future draft capital, and sends a massive Godfather offer to Cleveland for Myles Garrett. This allows Cleveland to stockpile picks for the 2027 draft, which is projected to be one of the deepest quarterback classes in years. Cleveland is currently stuck in quarterback purgatory. They need a way out. A mountain of first-round picks is the only escape hatch. There is even buzz about the Browns eyeing Arch Manning in 2027. By trading Garrett now, they position themselves to own the draft in 2 years. For the Eagles, this move would cement their defensive line as the most feared unit of the modern era. Garrett's stats are mind-boggling. 84 pressures and a pass rush grade of 93. 3. Putting him in a rotation with Nolan Smith and Jix Hunt would mean opposing quarterbacks wouldn't have a single second to breathe. So, who actually wins this hypothetical trade? If the Eagles land the most dominant defensive force in the game, but lose their star receiver, does that make them better or worse? It's a gamble that only a GM like Howie Roseman would be bold enough to take. He is obsessed with value, obsessed with the cap, and obsessed with the rings. This isn't just about winning a game in September. It's about building a roster that can withstand the gauntlet of the playoffs and take down the heavy hitters in the AFC. The pieces are on the board. The contract language has been changed. The connections between the front offices are there. All that's left is for someone to pull the trigger. Whether it happens tomorrow or on June 2nd, the NFL landscape is officially on notice. The Philadelphia Eagles are hunting for a legend, and Myles Garrett might just be wearing midnight green before the summer is over. Would you like me to break down the potential replacement wide receivers the Eagles could target in the draft if this A.J. Brown trade actually happens?